morning, everybody. Today we will be discussing about the topic queue. So let me write on the board queue. So a queue is a linear data structure. Follows the principle FIFO. So FIFO means first in, first out. So this is first in and this is first out, meaning that the element inserted first and will be the one to be removed first. So some of the properties of queue are the following. So first is the enqueue method. Enqueue. So enqueue means it adds an element to the rear of the queue. So rear means at the back of the queue. So that is the first property of queue. Next is dequeue. So dequeue means it removes and returns the element at the front of the queue. So whichever is in the front of the queue, it will remove and it will show the front of the queue. Next property is peak. So this is similar to stack. So it returns the element at the top without removing the front element. So that is what peak means. Next is empty. So this is also similar to stack. So is empty means it checks whether the queue is empty or not. So these are the properties of queue. So let me erase this. So if somebody asks a question, what principle does queue follows? It follows the principle FIFO. Okay. So let me erase this. So next is let us see about the implementation. A queue can be implemented using various data structures such as arrays, linked lists, or dequeues. In this example, we have used a list in Python. Next, let us see what are the applications in queue. So queues are used in various real world scenarios, which as job scheduling, CPU scheduling, handling requests in web searches, etc. So this is what queue means. Now let me explain a program including all the functions, all the properties that I just mentioned above. Now I will be explaining you about a code containing all the functions of queue. So first, let me declare a class called queue. Next, let me initialize a variable. So we will declare this variable as self. Next, let me open an empty bracket. Next, let me use the function called enqueue. So to refresh again, enqueue is something, enqueue is a function that will add an element to the end of the queue. So enqueue. So let me add the item, that is self comma item. So now let me append it. So self dot queue dot append item. Okay. Next, let me go to the next function that is called the dequeue. So dequeue means it will remove and return the front of the element. That is dequeue. So def dequeue self if not self is empty. So if it is not empty, so empty is it doesn't have null values. Empty return self dot queue dot pop. So we have to pop out 0. So that is what is this. Else print that queue is empty. Okay, so print queue is empty. Okay, so now let me go to the other next function known as the peak. So peak means it will it will give you the top of the front of the element without removing the front element. So that is what peek means. So def peek self, similar to the dequeue thing. If not self is empty, return self dot queue. So now we have to return the 0. Okay. Next, else print queue is empty. Okay. Yes. Now let me go to the next function, that is empty. So def, sorry, there was an indentation error. Def is empty self return length of self dot queue is double equal to 0. So we have to check whether the length of the queue is 0. So that is what this queue means. So now let me give an example. Next, so let me declare a variable called as the my queue is equal to queue. Now my queue is equal to dot enqueue enqueue. So now we are adding the element 10. Next, my queue dot pq 20. Next, we are removing the element 20. Next, let me add the element again, that is q dot n q 30. Sorry, first there was a mistake I made. So first we need to add the element in order to do the dequeue function. Sorry about that. Now let me see. So first print my q dot q. Okay. Next, print my q dot dequeue. Next, print my q dot p. Next, so these are the functions that has to be implemented. So now let us run the program. That is the program that I just displayed. It includes all the operations in the stack. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you.